السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدًا عبد الله ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله سبحانه وتعالى وخير الهدي هدي محمد هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل بدعة ضلالة أما بعد. Allah the Sublime, the Exalted says, addressing His Prophet, His Messenger, His chosen slave, the best of His servants, and He commands this slave, this servant, this chosen prophet and messenger to make an address and to give a speech and to talk to a people who are similar to him of the aspect of being chosen and from the perspective of being selected by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In other words, in simple layman terms, Allah in this verse is speaking to the best to speak to the best. Allah is addressing the chosen one to address the chosen ones. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands the most beloved of His slaves to speak of a group of His slaves who are also from the most beloved of His servants. Allah the Sublime and the Exalted, He says, وَقُلْ لِعِبَادِ to mean and say, وَقُلْ say, proclaim, make an open public speech. لِعِبَادِ tell my slaves, tell my servants, address the Muslims, address the believers, يَقُولُ الَّتِي هِيَ أَحْسَنُ to say that which is best, to speak the truth, to be honest, not to exaggerate, not to flatter, not to lie, but to say not that which is good, not that which is positive. Allah says, الَّتِي هِيَ أَحْسَنُ to say that which is best. The best thing that you can possibly think about saying is what you should say. The best thing that comes to your mind about yourself, your brothers, your sisters, about Islam, that is what you should say. Why? لِمَاذَا? Why? Why should I say that which is best? Why can't I speak and say that which I feel all of the time? Why can't I say that which is just hasan, that which is good, that which is just positive? Allah gives you the answer without you asking the question. In the shaytana, indeed the devil whispers among you. That's why. In other words, Allah is saying to keep the devil from whispering to you and controlling your statement and what you say with your tongue, protect yourself. Put your shield up by saying that which is best. If you strive to say that which is most correct, very seldom will the shaitan get you to say something which is unlawful and prohibited. When you strive, you aim for the bullseye. Very seldom will you miss the target in totality. Very seldom. You may not hit the bullseye, but you're not going to miss the arrow completely. You're going to land the arrow when you shoot it with the proper direction. As the Prophet ﷺ said to Ali ibn Abi Talib to aim for the bullseye. So Allah, He says, He commands His slave, the best of His slaves, Muhammad ﷺ, to speak to the best of His slaves after Muhammad ﷺ. Abu Bakr as-Siddiq and Umar ibn Khattab and the rest of the noble, honorable companions were the best of the best. As we say, the cream of the crop. They were the most beloved of Allah's slaves after the Prophet ﷺ from among this ummah. So He says to tell my slaves, command them, order them to say that which is best. And He doesn't say that which is good. Allah does not command us just to speak good, as it is mentioned in some other verses in the Quran. وَقُولُوا قَوْلًا سَدِيدًا. But Allah says the best, the most sadid qawl is what you should say. And when you do this, bi'idhnillahi subhanahu wa ta'ala, it will be a means of protecting yourself from the devil. Allah then says, إِنَّ الشَّيْطَانَ كَانَ لِلْإِنسَانِ عَدُوًّا مُبِينًا. Allah tells us that the devil, Satan, Iblis, whatever name you give him or whatever name he is given, is an open, plain enemy to men. In other words, Allah is saying there isn't anything hidden about shaitan. It's nothing that you have to think about. Sit down. Is the shaitan going to get me? Is he going to attack me today when I leave my house? It is a state of war that exists between Adam and shaitan. It is a state of war that exists between shaitan and the progeny of Adam until the last day. as the devil made his promise to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. لَأُغْوِيَنَّهُمْ أَجْمَعِينَ. He says, I will send all of them astray. And in another verse, Allah Azza wa Jalla tells us that Iblis alayhi la'natullah said, I will attack them from the front, from behind, from the right, and from the left. I will attack them from every direction, except for the direction of above. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He did not say that Shaitan said that. And as some of the Sahaba and some of the pious predecessors said, the wisdom behind Allah Azza wa Jalla not mentioning the direction of above is that Shaitan can never ever come between you and your Lord if you want to be connected to your Lord. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the most high. And that's why He mentioned right, left, front, back. But Allah did not say above. If you try and strive to say that which is best, do that which is best, and take your shield against the devil, protect yourself. There's a state of war. There is nothing friendly about Shaitan, nothing cordial, nothing passive. He wishes to destroy you. He wishes to mislead you. He wishes to send you to the fire of hell, unless you attach yourself and fasten yourself to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He can never mislead you. إِلَّا عِبَادَكَ. He says, except for your slaves who are al-mukhlasin, who are chosen. Once again, this word, being chosen by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, being selected by Allah the Mighty and the Majestic. So in this verse, Allah the Mighty and the Majestic, He orders us and He commands us to refrain from saying that which is negative, to refrain from saying that which is unlawful and prohibited. Allah the Mighty and the Majestic, He orders us to not to say that which is good, but to say that which is best. And Allah, He clearly said, Ibadi, my slaves. He doesn't say, tell the ignorant from among my slaves, tell the sinful from among my slaves, tell those who have loose tongues from among my slaves. But He said all of my slaves, those who are learned and those who aren't learned, those who are righteous and those who are wicked. Shaitan is an enemy to each and every one of you, and he can cause you to say that which not only isn't the best, what isn't ahsan, that which is negative, that which is false, that which is a lie, that which is a sin upon you, and a means of injury to your Muslim brother. A means of injury to your Muslim brother. If you don't strive to say that which is best, you may say something which will injure and harm and attack the honor of your Muslim brother. And we know that there are times in which words can be sharper than blades. Somebody may say something to you and offend you and disrespect you and hurt your feelings worse than someone hitting you with a weapon. So be careful, O slaves of Allah. Be mindful of that which you say with your tongues. Be mindful of that which you say, because the devil is an enemy to me and to you. Alhamdulillah, salatullah wa salamuhu ala ibadihi alladhina istafa, amma ba'd. يأمر تعالى رسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم أن يأمر عباد الله المؤمنين أن يقولوا في مخاطباتهم ومحاوراتهم الكلام الأحسن والكلمة الطيبة، فإنه إذا لم يفعلوا ذلك نزغ الشيطان بينهم وأخرج الكلام إلى الفعال ووقع الشر والمخاصمة والمقاتلة. فإن الشيطان عدو لآدم وذريته من حين امتنع من السجود لآدم، فعداوته ظاهرة بينة. ولهذا نهى أن يشير الرجل إلى أخيه المسلم بحديدة، فإن الشيطان ينزغ في يده أي فربما أصابه بها. Allah the Sublime and the Exalted commands His Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam to order His believing slaves when they speak to each other, when they deal with each other, when they address each other, when they hold conversations with each other, to say that which is best, and to say the kalima tayyibah, a fine word, a good word. And some of the pious predecessors, they said what's meant by this: may Allah forgive you, may Allah have mercy upon you, may Allah bless you. This is what you're commanded to say to your brother. Not insult your brother, not make fun of your brother, not accuse your brother, not have suspicions of your brother that are baseless and warrantless. Al-Hafidh ibn Kathir rahimahullah ta'ala, he then says, and if they don't do this, if the believing slaves of Allah, if they do not say that which is best, then indeed the shaitan will whisper. Indeed the shaitan will creep in, will slide in, and he will take the speech to actions. He would translate the negative sayings, the negative statements, the bad words about your brother, and they will become actions. Why do you ever do that? So instead of cursing your brother, it's now hitting your brother. Instead of spying on your brother, it's now doing something physically harmful to your brother. Ibn Kathir then says, and when that takes place, there will be widespread evil. Shar. He says, and when that takes place, there will be mukhasama. The believers will always be fighting with each other, arguing with each other, bickering with each other, cursing each other, slandering each other, wal muqatala, and physically fighting each other. And this is because the devil is an enemy to Adam. The devil is an adversary to the offspring of Adam. From the time in which he refused and resisted to prostrate to our father Adam alayhi salam, his hatred and his enemy to the son of Adam is plain and manifest. It isn't like a hidden enemy that you don't know about. Someone who's sly, who creeps in, you're unaware of. Someone who stabs you in the back. This is someone who's waging war against you in your face and he tells you. So one may say, Allah has made shaitan. Allah has created me with the inclination towards sin, with the inclination towards being lazy and lethargic, with the inclination to forgetting and making a mistake. And then Allah will punish me. It's unfair. Allah creates me with the desire for lust, with the desire for greed. And then He will punish me. The shaitan has powers that I don't have. The shaitan whispers to me. The shaitan sees the son of Adam when the son of Adam doesn't see him. One may ask this question. And the list goes on of the things that one may say are odds against me with regards to the devil. The devil has a better hand. I was dealt an unfair hand. We say from Allah's mercy and from His kindness with His slaves is that He has warned you against the shaitan. And He has told us, إِنَّ كَيْدَ الشَّيْطَانِ كَانَ ضَعِيفًا. The plot of the devil is weak and feeble. The plot of the devil, if you really sit down and look at it and think about it and practice sabr and have certainty, the devil's plot is weak and it's feeble. There's nothing strong about it. He whispers and then he leaves. What happens when you make that sin? What happens when you make that statement? What happens when you follow your desires? What's the first thing that happens in your mind? You feel bad, you have regret. Why did I just do that? What was I thinking? I can't keep living like this. This is the weakness of the devil's plot. But it's only weak to those who can see. It's only weak to those who can hear. It's only weak to those whose hearts are purified by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Al-Hafidh ibn Kathir then says, and for this reason, the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam has made it forbidden for a Muslim man to point a metal object to his Muslim brother. And that is because the shaitan could possibly trick you up or trip you up. The shaitan could whisper to you. He could give you something, a thought or an idea. And Allah knows best what else could the shaitan do when you point something at your Muslim brother. That's why you don't play around with things like this. And we say the same ruling applies to words. The same ruling applies to statements. You don't joke around with your brother like that. You don't accuse your brother of things like this. You don't say these types of things about your brother. Because it may be true. It may have a point to it. But the shaitan will get you to say more. He'll get you to say that which is haqq, to say that which is kadhib. So you have to be careful, ikhwan, with your hands and with your tongue. Al-Hafidh ibn Kathir then says, وقال الإمام أحمد حدثنا عبد الرزاق قال حدثنا معمر عن همام عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لا يشيرن أحدكم إلى أخيه بالسلاح فإنه لا يدري أحدكم لعل الشيطان أن ينزغ في يده فيقع في حفوة من نار. أخرجاه من حديث عبد الرزاق. Al-Hafidh ibn Kathir, he quotes Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal rahimahullah in his Musnad, reporting from Abd al-Razzaq, from Ma'mar, from Hammam, from Abi Hurairah, who reported that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, none of you should point an object towards his Muslim brother. None of you should point a knife or a sword or a gun or anything towards your Muslim brother. For indeed the shaitan could possibly whisper and then you will fall into a pit of fire. In other words, that's the reward of harming your Muslim brother. In other words, that is the fruit of injuring your brother in faith. And we said whether it is quote unquote physical or metaphysical, literally or figuratively, harming your brother with a weapon or harming your brother with your tongue. Be careful what you say. Be careful what you speak about your Muslim brother, for indeed the shaitan is diligent and he is earnest in getting us to go to the fire of hell and refuge sought in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we ask him, the mighty and majestic, to increase us in awareness and consciousness of the plot of shaitan. Ameen. We beg that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us of those who see his plot to be a weak plot and avoid it as a weak plot. Ameen. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to allow us to keep ourselves protected all of the time from the whisperings and the incitements of the shaitan rajim. Ameen. We beg that Allah forgive us of all of our sins. Ameen. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to have mercy upon our poor souls and to allow us to leave this place bi'idhnillah with our sins wiped away. Allahumma ameen. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us in this life and in the hereafter and have mercy upon all of the Muslims, deceased, male and female. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.